Good evening, everybody. I got a stuffy nose. I went to town today and I got all congested up. Trying to figure out what I want to tie. Raiders of Oz, hello. I got a stuffy nose. I got it going to Wichita today. I don't know what my deal is. I'm allergic to Wichita. So you might hear me sniffle. Might even hear me go blow my nose. Be a little bit. People will jump up. People got to get used to me going live on Tuesdays. I'm not even used to it. I about forgot. Mom's like, "You gonna go live?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess." She's like, "Well, I'm going to church." I says, "Well, I guess I'll go live." What's happening, Kansas Chad? How you doing? I got the sniffles, man. I got a stuffed up nose. I went to Wichita today and I got stuffy. Been watching Chuck Norris movies the last couple days since his passing. Had to go to Wichita today and get a filter for the fridge. Talk about sticker shock. So I guarantee you, you know what's going to happen? The next time that light goes off on the fridge and says, "Hey man, you need a new filter," I'm going to go in there and I'm going to hit the reset button and not put a new filter in it. I got to looking online. Boy, that feather just don't want to lay right. I got to looking online and you can buy them on Amazon. Hey, come here, Gregory. Gregory, come here. Come in and back in the screenshot. Show everybody your bald head. Oh, look at the bald head. It's kind of a greasy bald head. Mom said you needed a shower. I believe her. And especially after I just put my hand on your head. What are you doing there? Get untangled. I can't function. I dropped that. 922 Barbecue. How you doing? I sound funny, everybody, because I got a stuffed up nose. I don't know what happened. I went to Wichita today and I come home and I was like this. SWC Florida. Howdy, howdy. I'm all kinds of stuffed up. I do not know why I am so stuffed up, but I'm like plugged now. I wasn't this bad until I ate dinner. So these are 1/8. There's a glow in the dark head. It's that glow in the dark chartreuse. It's not very chartreuse. It's almost a green to me, but kind of a light green. Roll. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Yeah, and then the chartreuse tail, but then we're gonna got some chartreuse flash in there too, but then we're gonna hit it with the purple body. And this is that. These heads are being 1/8, and this chenille being a small medium. We're gonna wrap, double wrap it basically. Get that good tapered body. So I don't know if everybody else's crappie are turning on, but ours in Kansas went dead this last week. I mean, people still out there catching some crappie, but South Central Kansas, where I'm at, they just kind of that that cold front came. It was 90s last week, and then that cold front come through, and it was like in the 30s, and now it's getting back up there. Today was like right now it's 71, and it was nice today. I mean, it was a beautiful day, but tomorrow is supposed to be like 80s or 90. So we'll type a few of those. I may have to go get me some toilet paper, blow my nose. I could not buy one this last week. Yeah, I know, man. It's just rough out there, Jay. I'm telling you. Matthew, hand me that toilet paper. Oh, that's fine. Ain't nobody gonna really care. I'm watching Delta Force and Chuck Norris. Y'all gonna have to forgive me for a minute. I'm cheap. I use the other end paper, but I gotta blow my nose. At least I'll do it off screen, or at least the blowing part. Mostly off screen. Oh, my head is stuffy. I need to go get a water bottle, squirt it up one nostril, and make it come out the other. Cast net. Yeah, them little things get all kinds of stuck up in there, won't they? Yeah, well, and this is quilted northern, so it's at least soft on the nose and doesn't blow your nose out. It's not like that, that army paper. The grandpa used to go, "It's better than using a leaf, boy." He's right. But Naomi went to women's Bible study. She went and picked up one of the ladies that go to women's Bible study that doesn't drive. So she went over there, pick her up. Hopefully that poor girl is ready for Naomi's driving. I won't say Naomi's a bad driver at all, but we've only ever traded in one car. I choked to death on it. We've only ever traded one car in of Naomi's. She's rolled two and sideswiped the mailbox, and she did I mean, a few of them weren't her fault. You know, she got T-boned a couple times. Oh, yeah, I don't know why. It knew that I was going to go live. It's like, here, we're just going to, God's like, I'm going to test you, boy. I'm going to make you have a really stuffy nose while you're doing your live so you can sound funny and be dealing with this the whole time, teaching me patience. Got to breathe through my mouth now. Yeah, that's right. Rough and tough and don't take from anybody. I made poor man tater tot casserole for dinner. So basically, we had smothered pork chops the other night. So pork chops smothered in uh, cream of mushroom. And tonight I took them leftover pork chops and the cream of mushroom, added a can of vegetables to it and a bag of tater tots, and then some Dan-O's seasoning. For that kind of stuff, I like that Dan-O's, the original. None of these are sponsors. You know, the toilet paper is not a sponsor, and Dan-O's ain't. Dan-O's could be a sponsor of mine. Some of his seasoning I'm not a fan of, and you got to be light with it. Don't get carried away like he does when he doing his little, demonstrations and stuff about cooking. But that Dan-O's original goes great with, like cream of mushroom soup, or it goes good with gumbo or jambalaya. I guess it's jambalaya because gumbo is the more of the soup. But with the jambalaya, it goes good with that. I rubbed my eyeball with my hand I was eating with earlier and got pepper in my eye. There, that's better. Yes, I did. I got that today. I just remember. Yeah, it's got 4 spinny thingies in it for catfish rigs, like little 3D printed torpedoes. That is pretty cool. Thank you for that. Send you a rod. I ain't sending nobody a rod. Well, I appreciate you being a big fan, but I ain't got that kind of money. And I'll show you why. You see this thing that I'm setting in here? Let's give you the view. You see this thing that I'm setting in right here, this wheelchair? That wheelchair says, dude, you're broke. Especially since I just had to get this wheelchair 6 months ago. I just had to get it fixed again, too, because the hinge broke. I don't get all them government handouts like some people do. Let's see. Graveyard dog or graveyard garden. Is that what that says? Graveyard gardens from Kansas. Yep, I'm from Kansas. do any pinstriping? Nope, I don't pinstripe. I did. I pinstriped one of my Ramblers back in the day. I mean, just get you a long bristle brush and go for it. I do a lot of drawing and stuff like that, but mostly tie jigs and flies and fish. I do have a 64 Rambler in the garage I'm working on. See, I drew these jigs with a Sharpie, and then I drew my logo. You can see my logo past my wheelchair. I drew that with a Sharpie. Then I went next door to my buddy that has a t-shirt shop, said, "Hey, Steve, can you make me some t-shirts out of this?" He said, "Sure can." Hey, there's Coastal. Oh, Gregory, one of those? Well, I told him they was his because they came from you. So I was like, "Did you win something?" He's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Well, they came from 922 and I haven't talked to him for a while, so they must be something you got from the crew over there." He's like, "Well, I don't know." So when he's in the shower right now, when he gets out, I'll tell him. But I appreciate that. Y'all are so kind to Gregory. Norman, how you doing? Little bit. I see you down there. Come here a little bit. Come here a little bit. Oh, a little bit had to come say hi. She's so fluffies. Yeah, don't you lick me. Don't you lick me. Don't you lick me. No licky licky. Here, look. Then you snuck one in there. Tell everybody, you need a haircut. It's getting to be summertime. We're going to shave you bald. Now I'm going to use all your fur to tie jigs. Think I get some fur off this dog? Yeah. All right. That's for the dog haters out there. I got kissed by a dog. Just getting back from panda dance practice. Sunday is the recital. Woohoo! Well, Naomi wants some pictures of that. So you can send them to me on Facebook and I'll show Naomi. I tell you to send them to Naomi, but Naomi don't do Facebook. She's like, "I can't handle all that nonsense they put on there." I said, "I barely can either, dear." She's like, "If people want to send me something, they just send it to you and I'll look at yours." I was like, "All right, whatever." Oh, he was suggested he wanted pink for mom. Yeah, she's been going through a battle of some stuff lately. So she's able to walk pretty good and stuff now since they took that tumor out of her leg. She's still got a little bit of a wibble wobble, but that's more of her back probably than anything. I mean, my wife's been in it lately, hadn't she? So 4 or 5 years ago, she had that rollover wreck, and so they rotted and screwed her back up, and then she had a boob surgery. What was it, 3 months ago, 4 months, 5 months ago now, however long it's been. The end of last year, she had the breast surgery. They removed part of her breast, and then now the tumor in her leg. I was like, "Boy, God laying it on you thick, honey, testing us both." But she's doing good now. Pathology still ain't back, and it's been almost 6 weeks, since 5 weeks, something like that. Pathology came back inconclusive. They still didn't like some of the stuff, so they sent it on to the next one. That one didn't like it, come back inconclusive. They sent it on to the next one. Now I think it's at the Mayo Clinic or whatever it is, the fancy one that charges a lot of money. And we'll see if it comes back. She ain't heard nothing yet, so I mean, I guess if it was real bad, they'd have called her and told her, "Hey, you need to start doing some treatments or something." But I don't know. When we find out, y'all find out. Oh, Dawn. How you doing, Mr. Don R? Heard you've been having some issues too. Been praying for you too, buddy. I'm all stuffed up tonight, so I'm sounding kind of funny. But there's another one. There's some crappie getting dudes right there. See, that's got that double X heavy wire hook. Man, that thing is sharp. So, it'll get you. It's sticking your fingernail. But I'm not going to do it with that one. I got a hole in that finger. I don't know if can you see the hole in that fingernail? See that hole that's in that fingernail? There ain't much nail left on that one. That's what happens when you get into a fight with tools. I need some of these glow-in-the-dark ones in my repertoire. You know, I got to start tying some more jigs, man. I'm going to tell you. You want to see how empty my box is? You all remember how full that one was. Well, it's getting down to where there ain't much left. Now look at this one. I can see through that one now. That's all that's left in that one. They was packed. They was packed. It's that time of year, man. So if y'all need jigs, get a hold of me. I am in the tying frenzy these days. We may even go live a couple more times this week just to tie, you know. I mean, y'all want to come up here and just watch me tie, that's good with me. Gregory, go over there and get them rattle thingies that we got in the mail. We'll show everybody. They're in that little brown box. Probably under my Bible there. Yep. Hold on a minute. I didn't say bang my eardrums out. Them some loud ones too, man. Them some fish collars right there, ain't they? You know, come behind me so everybody see you. You know who these are for, Gregory? They're for you. Come here. Get in that camera shot. These are for you. You know why? They said, look in the camera so they can see your face. You're dripping water or snot on me. That better not be snot, dude. I'm going to punch you in the It's water off your head because you didn't dry it good enough. You better be glad because I would punch you. Okay. And y'all know I ain't going to punch him. I'm just teasing him. So these little thingies, you know what these are for? You know what they're for? Look at what they say on there. What does that say? You going to say it? What does it say? It says 922. Should have put BBQ on that side. But these are the rattles that you won. He said that's as close to pink as he could get. It kind of looks pinky peachy. Them's pretty loud dudes. He said that you was getting them for Mom. Was you getting them for Mom? Huh? Gotta show Mom when she gets home now. Well, it's the little shop, not the big one. The little bait shop on the west side is the one that's selling my rod holders and my jigs. I went and talked to them on the other side and over at the big marina. But they said that they was good. They had other people that they was going with, and the lady in there said that they was good on rod holders because she bought one of them big fancy, well, I should say big fancy, the big fancy company, not a big fancy rod holder because it's weak, but, and then she was trying to sell that rod holder for like $42. I was like, ma'am, I will sell you mine for this price wholesale, and then you can resell them for this price. And she was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, okay, thank you for your time. You have a blessed and wonderful day. And I got out of there. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put flash on that. So let's wrap in some. Quit spinning, you're driving me nuts. How much do you sell jigs for? My jigs are 3 for $5. Basically, it's $20 for a dozen. But my jigs are all hand tied really tight. They most everybody's getting $2 a jig, and I can't charge $2 a jig. I'm not saving you a whole lot of money over what they charge, but I am. But I guarantee you, these jigs do not come apart. We've caught the most fish that we've caught on one jig is like 160 something. I want to say 168, but don't quote me on that. I may be wrong. My memory ain't as great as it used to be. Try to keep numbers right, but sometimes I just can't. But I used one jig here last month and caught 60, 70 fish over a 3-day span on that one jig. So, and they were not little fish. They were 1 1/4 to 2 pound fish. So big old crappie, big old slabby crappies. Spencer CHN, Heidi, how you doing? Mike X, how are you? Who else came in here? Ichabod. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you. He has finished rod, reach another state. Has the fishing rod reached another state? Muhammad, I do not know what you mean, bud. So there's another jig for you. I sell my stuff in all kinds of states. I just caught a king salmon on a nail polish painted jig with my dog's hair tied to it. My wife had a little face during the construction of it. That's awesome. Yeah, my very first jigs I tied was done out of my little Schnauzer poodle. We had a dog back when I was a kid. My mom shaved it. I kept all of its hair and tied jigs out of it. The best way to get them is just message me on Facebook or go to Double Hook Angling on Facebook, or give me an email at doublehookangling Gmail. But here's one of my rod holders. So this is the rod holders that people keep talking about. These are the heaviest dudes on the market. There's another guy on here, you know, on Facebook that's got, you know, a bunch of followers and stuff, and he pushes his stuff quite a bit, and he's got, you know, puts out 30 posts a day and that kind of thing. But I'm a busy man and I ain't got time to do all that. I just want to sell quality. So all mine are TIG welded up, and I don't MIG weld mine, except for the insides I will MIG weld, just because it's hard to TIG in a corner and my eyes are getting bad. But I'm also in a wheelchair, so I'm not using that as an excuse, but I have things to do in my life instead of being on, you know, Facebook trying to make posts about the same thing over and over and over. I'm more of a word of mouth guy. My stuff is good enough and then the rod holders are $25 a piece. So you try to find another one, Water poodle jig. There you go. Yeah, my rod holders are $25 each. Shipping's $20, but shipping and handling is $20, but that's because it takes a bigger box. I mean, I'll mail them anywhere for that. And if you buy one or two or three, it's still $20 shipping. Mostly come in orange, but I'll paint them any color that you want if you just got to give me a little lead time to get them painted. Working on doing the powder coating thing, but here's my philosophy with powder coating. Powder coating scratches and chips just as bad as paint. Everybody talks about, oh, I want powder coat, powder coat, powder coat. Well, I'm telling you through experience, powder coat chips, powder coat scratches, especially when you're throwing them around in your truck, throwing them around in the back of your, car or your trunk, or throwing them on the ground, you're getting your gear out, they're going to get scratched up. And if they're painted, you can just repaint them. Thank you, Crappy Day. No, not paint on the lead jig heads. This is powder coated. I'm talking about paint on the rod holders. Paint on these. But it's also hard to keep powder coat on lead, and it's hard to keep paint on lead. So I powder coat these. That ain't hard at all to powder coat the jig heads. But to powder coat the rod holders, that's a little different story. For one thing, you got to have a big fancy oven. I have a regular cook stove out in the garage that I powder coat these in. But to powder coat the rod holders in there, you got to have the rod holders. You got to have them in there at an angle like this to get them to fit in the oven. And then you can only do 2 or 3 at a time, and it takes 40 minutes to powder coat something in the oven. 40 minutes of cook time. Then you got to let it cool and all that kind of stuff. Appreciate you, Benny. Sorry, I didn't see you in there earlier, bud. Oh, I guess I did. I just wasn't painting. Yeah, you're the one that said the water poodle jigs. I'm sorry. This print is so small. You also said the king salmon on the. Okay, I'm sorry, bud. Appreciate you being in here. Like I said, I got gray hair, man. I had a heart attack and died a couple years ago, and that kind of messed my brain up just a little bit on trying to remember stuff. It's that short term stuff as I'm talking, but I also have ADHD, so I like skip around in my subjects a lot, and my brain just kind of gets flustered. I just do what I can with what I got. I tie jigs, I pour, make lead head jigs. Um, I do the jigs with the wire bait keeper, so if you run in plastics, and I do the rod holders. But like I said, the rod holders mostly come in orange, but I'll do purple, green, blue, whatever you can. If you can get a can of Rust-Oleum in it, I'll do it because I only paint with Rust-Oleum. It's the only paint that I trust. Yeah, I do a live on Friday mornings too. Friday morning jigs and coffee. So if you sub, you'll see it. Appreciate you being in here. Y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, I keep saying, a man should only die or non alive in once in his lifetime. I'm blessed enough to get to do it twice. Hopefully that's it. And hopefully I live for a long time because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to stay healthy. Except for I ain't taking that stupid statin medicine. They can forget that. I just eat healthy now. I don't eat nothing that comes in a box or a bag. No processed food basically. So we'll see where God leads me, how long he lets me live. Also been looking into, some things that help clean your arteries and stuff. So, but I already take the glucosamine and chondroitin because that's supposed to help too. I already take that because of my bone problems. That's why I'm in the wheelchair. Broke my back, years back. So let's see. I think we're going on 16 or 17 years. I don't even remember. 16 years. I lost count after about 10. I think it's been 16 or 17 years. It's probably 17 years. I'd have to go back and look, man. Well, I'll mail them to you. I live in Kingman. Live in Kingman, Kansas. South Central. But I'll mail them to you. All my jigs get mailed for $10. But that's what they look like, man. And I use, let's get this hair out of the way. Here, let me just get a jig head for you. We're going to reload here real quick one more time with this color, and then we're going to switch colors. So I use a double X hook. But if you prefer, I'll use a sickle hook. And if you don't like that, I'll use a gold hook. If you don't like that, I'll use a brass hook. Boy, something happened to that head. The head got a little runny, drippy, that's going to go in my box, so we're going to tie it anyways. But will that even show up on camera? There you go. Got a flat spot on there. That paint puddled on one side for some reason. I don't know why it did that. Probably got a little heavy on the powder on that side. Either that or putting it on my rack, I probably hit the tip and that deformed it enough that. But just to show y'all, I sell my jigs in these little packs like this. So you can also buy a box from me. A box is $100, but I sell my jigs in packs like this. Just to give you guys an idea of some colors. Showed you that one already. I'm running out, man. So that's that black and orange. This is my #1 seller right here, the Gray Ghost. And then here's some in there on sickle. Most of my marabous are on sickle. Here's another color. You got this yellow chartreuse with black. That's a good color too. You got the sapphire blue. What weight do I do? I'll do 1/64th. Actually, I'll do 1/80th. But 1/80th, 1/64th, 1/32nd. Those are all on sickle hooks. And then the 1/16th, and this is a 1/8. So we got a here's a 1/16th. So the 1/16th and 1/8, they're on these unless you request otherwise. And then I'll do 3/32, 3/8, and quarters. So I do a variety. You just got to let me know. And there is a little bit of a lead time. So, I'm a week or two out. So if you want something custom tied, all you got to do is tell me what head you want, what body you want, and what tail you want as far as color. I'll get you something up. I'll shoot you a picture. And if that's what you like, then I'll tie you up what you want. It's all communication. I'm trying to get a website going, but you know, I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to the whole computer thing I'm learning. But you know, it's taking me time. I had somebody that I had paid to help me, and they got my money, and I didn't get much. So it's all good. But now I'm trying to figure out the whole. I have GoDaddy is who I have, so I'm trying to get all that figured out so I can make my website work. And that way, I do have a website. It just you can't shop on that website. It it was supposed to send you to my Facebook, which is Double Hook Angling. You just get on Facebook. You can like Double Hook Angling. I don't have very many followers. I've only on Double Hook Angling. I only got 200 and some followers right now. But we just started that page, a couple months back. So actually, I think it's been up for. I don't even know how long. It might have been up for a year now. But in that first little while, I wasn't even doing nothing on it. But just letting it set, and you don't grow if you let it set. But like I said, I'm not real great about posting. I try to post as much as I can remember to post. But I am a Bass Pro Shop, Bass Pro staff. So I'm a pro staff for Bass Pro Shop Wichita. So, I mean, I got that going for me. And we're trying to make things grow. But it takes time, man. You can't just pop up a website, or I should say, you can't just pop up Facebook and YouTube and expect for that thing to blow up overnight. I do the best I can, but I got limitations. Like I said, don't let this wheelchair fool you. I do a lot of stuff, but it does slow you down. And I ain't walking down a bunch of rocks to go fishing. I'll crawl down the rocks, but I ain't walking down them. Sold my boat here a while back. Going to be getting some kayaks again. Oh, and then Hobie kayaks, they sold out to old Johnny Morris. So now they're going to be at Bass Pro Shop. Old Bass Pro Shop's going to be. Oh, hey, Chad Thomason, how you doing? Was you in here earlier? I know I just missed you, bud. Yeah, you was. I apologize. Yeah, health matters. No one's getting out alive. Nope, we all going. We either going one way or the other. And hopefully, with everything that I've done in my life, I'm going up there. I mean, he is my Lord and Savior, so I'm hoping that I'm going to go set with him. Let's switch colors now. We tied enough of that. We're just sitting here chatting anyways. What color should we do? Let's do some. Let's do some all black with a pink head. We need some dark profiles. It's getting that time of year where you need some light profiles in your box and some dark profiles in your box. So when you're out crappie fishing, if you don't know, on cloudy, overcast days, if your water is like ours here in Kansas, it's sometimes better just to go with chartreuse or black. Chartreuse, the fish can see it. Black, they see the profile of it. Sometimes they don't want to see the color. Sometimes they just want to see the profile. So there's plenty of things talking about that kind of stuff online. But if you want to see fish react different, so you're out there, you're just casting and casting, or you're jigging, or you're popping, or you're running bobber or whatever, and you ain't getting nothing. Don't just switch colors, switch contrast. So if you're using light stuff, you know, greens and chartreuses and yellows and white and stuff like that, and you ain't getting nothing, and then you try some pink or something or some orange and you ain't getting nothing, go to a black. Try black, try purple. Purple's real good because purple is really the only color that doesn't change when it goes underwater. Get you a couple crappie books. Read up on some stuff. Find some stuff from before LiveScope. LiveScope is fine and dandy and all that, but you want to learn how to crappie fish. Get some books from the 70s and 80s, maybe even, you know, the 90s when they had regular, you know, fish finders and stuff. But get before LiveScope, and then that will give you some more basics without the whole thing of LiveScope. I ain't never had LiveScope. Yeah, white bass, man, they'll hit it, and then all of a sudden they gone. Then the next thing you know, they hit it again. Crappie is the same way. Crappie be biting, you know, 1 hour, and the next hour you're like, where'd all the fish go? But if you have LiveScope, I got there was this dude that showed up to the dock. We're fishing on the dock, and we've been fishing for a couple hours. Was like they was biting in the beginning, but they ain't biting now. He showed up with his LiveScope, and you know what he did? He put that LiveScope in the water because he had a, you know, little carrying kit. He stuck that LiveScope in the water, and guess what? There's 10,000 fish right there. And wasn't nobody out of the 15 people on that dock catching a single fish. One dude walked outside. He threw out the deep end and caught one fish. Everybody go running out there. Whoops, I didn't wrap that. Everybody go running out there trying to catch these fish. And you know what? Did nobody else catch one? And that was the only one he caught. I was going to tie up the all black, and then I got see. That's how my brain works. I was going to tie up all black, and then I went back to the first color I was doing. But I like that. Y'all should have said, "Hey Dave, that ain't no black jig, man." Sitting here talking about all these colors, and my brain went awry. It's also late in the evening, and I don't do late very well. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. It's about my bedtime. Normally, I'm going to bed in about 15 minutes. I actually like that color. We might tie up some more of those. But now let's go ahead and do. Since I switched over that black thread, that's what I was doing. We'll tie up an all black with pink head. I had the black feather setting right there too, and I just didn't do it. I don't know why. It's like ADA much. Yeah, all the time. My brain is kind of disabled. My body's disabled. Okay, we got the black feather now. You know what I just realized? I didn't wrap that thread on my jig neither. Here, let's get some steps right here, Dave. I would say that I needed a adult beverage, but I don't drink, so. Let's give this a shot. Do the right color that we was talking about. These feathers is kind of short. This would be good for some 1/32 and some other smaller jigs. So let's save those and get out the other. There's some longer haired ones in there. Well, I'm glad I'm on here too, man. I could have been going a couple years ago, that's for sure. Y'all just be talking about the memory of Dave. We lost a pretty good fisherman in the community here not this last week. He fought cancer for a couple years. Well, James, he had the float business, making Patriot floats. That was his company. Made big old catfish floats. I tried to get some from him back in when he first got sick, and I didn't realize that he wasn't making them at that time. And he said that he was sick, and then when he got better, he'd be back into doing it. So I never did get none of those, and now I wished I would have ordered them sooner, but things happen and you just don't do it. I didn't have no money. But he was a great guy for the community. He will definitely be missed by a lot of people. He was always kind-hearted, always shared with everybody, always did stuff, for the community and what have you. The fishing community as well as his own community, from what I understand. It's always good when you're remembered that way. I always thought when I was younger I was going to be remembered for being an a-hole. There's going to be two people talked about me, the ones that said I was and the ones that agreed that I was. But now I try to be as nice as possible. Try to, I got Jesus in my life and God. So I try to do the best I can. But, for those that are wanting to buy jigs and stuff, don't fret me not having a website, because it's more personal that way. You just get a hold of me. I'll tell you what you're going to owe me. I can send you an invoice, or you can, send me PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all that stuff. And then, but I can also send you an invoice that you can pay with a credit card over Square. So, or you can meet up with me and I can take your money that way too. And then you'll get some nice pretties like that right there. But that's what I'm saying, man. You got to switch it up sometimes. I have a bunch of rod holders made up. I don't have any orange ones left. I sold the last orange ones this week. But I have raw steel, so you can paint your own. They're a couple bucks cheaper. But I've got some purples, I've got some pinks. I just need to get out in the shop. This weather lately and stuff, I've been busy, man. I've been trying to do my thing. Also had my son's motorcycle in my shop for 4 days, taking up all the room while he was rebuilding his carburetor, and took his valve cover off and pulled his cams out and changing his little buttons to get the proper valve clearance and stuff. So his little shims in there. Here I am trying to reach for that sour trees again. But he got his motorcycle done, got it all put back together, and I said, "Are you done?" He said, "Yep, I'm putting gas in it now, Dad." And I said, "Does anything leak?" And he said, "Nope." And I said, Get that thing out of my shop. I don't need a Suzuki in my shop that long." I was always a Kawasaki guy. And that's on, his type of bike, because he had a dirt bike. Now, in my opinion, road bikes, there's two kinds of bike. There's Harley Davidsons, and then there's everything else. I've always been a die-hard Harley guy. I think if I ever got me a trike, it'd be either a custom bike that I build or it'd be a Harley. And I've thought about building a trike. I thought about it. But if I build me a trike, I'm going to build me a trike that's like a Hot Wheel, low and fast. It's just the way with everybody out there these days. You got to be careful. Wear your lid. I would. Always get mad at my boy when he ain't wearing his lid. I'd be like, you drive that, or you ride that bike, and it's his is I can't even remember what his bike. It's a Kawasaki. I mean a Suzuki, but I can't remember the model of the Suzuki. Yeah, I had a brain fart now. But his Suzuki's one of them dual purpose bikes. It's got, he's got knobbies on there and it looks like just a big old giant dirt bike, but it's street legal. Eggshell helmets, yeah. I know a lot of guys that they just wear enough to cover the top of their dome and that's about it. Still a helmet, but it still helped to a point. My son, he's got that one that's got the, full, mask and got the pullaways inside of it. So if he's ever in a wreck or something, they just grab them things and pull those out so his helmet will come off easier so they don't have to try to cut his helmet off. But when he first started riding, he took the riding school up at Hutch College. Then he taught up there for a couple years teaching it after that. And he rides so good, but he does all that, that dirt bike standing up, riding on the Moab, going out there, to Utah and stuff, getting on it, up on all them trails and stuff out at Moab. And it scared the crap out of me out there. I mean, just riding on the highway scared me back in the day. But I was a bad boy. I never got my motorcycle endorsement. I just rode. I didn't want to get stopped, so that's why I always wore a helmet. But I usually rode with people, so when you ride with enough people, they're not going to pull you over. I'm not going to say that we didn't ever have cops behind us, but I would have been one of the guys that didn't stop, probably. But that was when I was a kid. I'm an old man now. Not as old as some of y'all on here, but hey, there's Avid. Fishers and men. Yeah, there's just not very many big feathers in here for doing these bigger jigs. We'll stay up for a few minutes longer, and then I'm going to jump off of here. Naomi will be home here after a bit, and I'm needing to go get ready for bed. I got an early morning tomorrow. I'll be getting up I'll probably wake up about 4 and get in the shop and pour some lead. I'm running out of jig heads in my box. Get up and pour a couple hundred jigs and do some powder coating them. Get them going. Also going to be doing a show this next Thursday, not the Thursday coming up, but the following Thursday with Miss Lisa. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Miss Swan. I'll be doing a live with them. I'm going to talk about my jigs and rod holders, which I appreciate that. Well, I do that every once in a while. Why do I do that? Get that all twisted up there like that. But I got to get there's enough people keep jumping on here asking where they can get my jigs and my rod holders. I really got to get focused on. I've been watching YouTube videos on how to build a website. I'm a slow learner. But I'm getting the concept. I want to be able to build my own website with my GoDaddy and be able to run it and keep it up and clean it and do all that kind of stuff, or change my jigs out and have like the top 12 of the week or something like that, or the month, and have my rod holders on there and have it to where y'all can purchase on there. And we tried this before. Yeah, I think doing that show with her, I'm going to have to get my laptop going, because I think she does it on one of the streaming services. So, and I found when you do the streaming service ones, if you try to do it on the phone, it gives them an echo and it doesn't help with their feed and stuff. So if I get a hold of that jig, come here, darn you. Now I tried to get one and ended up grabbing 4, and then 3 of them wouldn't let go of my finger. I only had one of them, and 3 of them had me. We'll do a couple. Man, these black feathers are just so thin, so long and skinny. Probably gonna have to put 4 feathers on one. Dave, I have an order from my bud on the silver shad DHA. Here's Bumblebee. Do what? You haven't got that order yet? Oh, order from your boss. Oh, I got you. On the silver and the bumblebees. A dozen each. Okay. Just send me a message and tell me what size and stuff so I'll get it added onto my books. I lost my notebook, so somebody out there did not get jigs because I can't remember for the life of me who it was. But it's just one person. I know that's all I had left on there was one. They didn't pay, so y'all know me. I don't usually charge until I get ready to mail them. As soon as when I get them, what will happen is you'll order jigs. I'll tie them up. Okay, you got the jigs and cookies. I thought you did. I'll tie up the jigs, and then as soon as I'm fixing to mail them, I will let you know, and then that's when you pay. You don't pay me, I don't mail them. But I'm not going to make you pay and then sit there and wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Sometimes you'll just send me money, and I'll be like, "What's this money for?" Or y'all send me money and say, "Hey, Dave, I sent you money. Now tie my jigs." Well, you don't have to wait a minute. I got to put some feathers in it. But I get you turned around as quick as I get. Usually I'm only about a week or two out. So, and right now I'm about a week and a half. So, with the weekends, 2 weeks. But if I got the color you're wanting tied up, then I just get them right out to you because I still got some in the box, like I said, but I'm running low. See, that's all black. Black head, black body, black tail. Your boss tried to take your jigs. Oak Slope. Well, you're getting in here late because I'm about to shut her down, bro. I'm getting real close because I'm getting sleepy. My nose is stuffy. I gotta go pee. My wife's about to come home. All kinds of things. Get this yellow sour truce out. Get me another black. Oh, why I got you on here, old fishers and men. I got a new color. Okay, it's still that bumblebee color that you like that. See that? But also now you look, there's some, I don't know how well it shows up. But this bumblebee, see that? This bumblebee got flash to it now. Versus the old dead bumblebee, no flash. So I ordered a couple of them to see if I like it. And I do. I like it better. So now I'm going to get some more. But I'll buy me a skein of it. That way I'll have some for a little while. Now skein is a lot of material, but it don't last as long as you think it does. Then I ordered another skein of the black and white to do the, I don't remember what Blade was wanting me to call them now, but I have to go back and look at my other video. But them salt and pepper ones that I was doing, lightning duck or something like that is what he was trying to call it. But I'll have to go back and look at that because I don't remember now. But those were done with that black and white, and I ordered that black and white. And that black and white, I pushed the wrong button. I got it in small, not medium. So it didn't work out. I hate to get out another feather, but I didn't have no yeller chartreuse out. Actually, you know what? I don't like that. Let's just, I got a couple black feathers busted off here. Let's just tie up some. We're just doing some random stuff right now because I need to get some 1/8 in a box for myself. So I'm going to buy all these jigs for myself. Guess what? Dave gets a, hey, you bought it from yourself promo code. I still got to pay the excise tax on it, so don't think I'm getting them for free. I still got to pay the sales tax on it, even though I'm taking them myself, which I think is silly, but you know, you gotta follow their tax codes. So the IRS don't knock on your door and go, dude, what are you doing? Or the state with their sales tax, you know. Yeah, if you give away something, most people don't realize that if you're a fishing manufacturer, you give away something, you still have to pay the excise tax on that you made and gave away. You still have to pay the sales tax on that you made. Good. That 11-inch bumblebee's caught a 11-inch crappie. That's wonderful. So, got a little piece of black flash left there. And then I got a piece of green flash, or a chartreuse flash. So we're going to mix those two. We're going to give them a little bit of both. Because you know what I'm going to do? There we go. But yeah, the bait shop at Cheney called the Outpost. You go over there, and they got rod holders over there. You go over there and buy one of them rod holders from them. I mean, it's a bait shop. You're gonna pay a little bit more over there, but you go buy one of them, show them some love, get you a sandwich while you're there. You know, some soup or whatever else they got going on. You know, if it's in the evening, get you a beer. Or that's what you do. That needs to be double wrapped because I didn't like how that ended up. Hey, Gregory. Gregory.
What?
Their dogs outside still?
I don't know.
Why don't you go let them in? You should have talked loud enough they could all heard you online. He was just talking. He just said, what? And then I said, was there dogs outside? He goes, I don't know. Yeah, y'all ain't going to hear him very often. You got 14 rod holders. You probably do. Probably how many you bought over the last couple of years. Actually, I think you was one of the first ones to buy one. They heard you. Yep, look. Right here it says, I heard Gregory. And then Jay said, I heard him too. They heard you. Got that selective mutism that goes with his autism. There you go. There's your little mix of bumblebee right there. But anyways, I think we're going to call it quits there, guys. I got to go pee. So we've been up for 1 hour and 15 minutes. They heard you, Gregory. Look at, he's beat red. I don't know why he does it. He won't talk to nobody. Talks to the family, but I mean, it's not like, full blown. I mean, sometimes it's full blown conversation, but you got to decipher what he's saying. Sometimes you got to tell him, slow down. Wait a minute. What'd you say? Say that again, slower. And sometimes you got to say that about 10 times, but then you get what he says. So, but some of us could be that way sometimes. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, y'all, it was wonderful having you come in for Tie-In Tuesday. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the new people that came in and checked us out. Hope you'll come back. Anybody that's out there watching, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that stuff that they say. We're trying to grow a little bit, so might as well say that stuff, get it out of the way. But I do appreciate y'all. Don't let a disability stop you, because I ain't letting mine stop me. This wheelchair just a place to sit while I gotta wait on the old lady when we're shopping. So y'all be blessed. Have a great and wonderful day. Go do something, go be something, go tie something, go just get up and do something, Don't sit there and watch TV all day. So y'all be blessed and take care.